This time we are open for public comments, and we have one request. Mr. Donald Easton, would you come forward, Mr. Easton?
Easton 1005 Fayette Drive. A week ago Tuesday, I got the privilege of presiding as the election judge here for precinct 3036 at the library. Again, as a year ago, I was the presiding judge during the general election as well. But this time, the county didn't provide any assistance in redirecting voters, so it was left upon the four-person staff that I had. So we decided to count the redirections for Euless residents. And throughout the day, we had about 300 voters come to the Euless library to vote, and we had to redirect them to their precinct voting. And we did have 70 voters that actually got to vote at the Euless library. So you can see the ratio is quite high for redirection. And I know that happened a year ago, and I guess it's been a prominent issue in the past. However, in most elections that I've worked out in this precinct, we've been at the midway schools, different schools, and sometimes during primaries at the Metroplex chapel and so forth. But I see how many people get confused about where they vote on election day. And I'm not sure just what the city can do. I know it's a county issue overall, and I know the city secretary placed a bulletin on there listing the early voting and a link to the county website for election day voting, which most people don't even know their precinct. It seems they don't know. We ask them when they do you know your precinct, because we could redirect it quickly. No, they don't know that. So we have to look it up through a database. But so some of it is voter education on that issue. I'm not sure how the county or the city could do better. But when I did a precinct letter for voters in my area that I thought would vote, I listed all, particularly I only had one site to list for my precinct. Of course, go to the Euless library, which a lot of people would do anyway. But anyway, I do want to thank the city staff, the city secretary for providing some maps. I also generated some Google Maps for the other sites, but many people are directional challenged. You tell them you got to go south. Which way is that? But anyway, we got through the day, and overall, Euless Library is a great place to vote. It's just that it's sad that we have to redirect people and the acquisitions. The second item I wanted to bring up tonight is, as I've mentioned before, I think it would be appropriate not only to do the audio recording of this session, but I'd like to see the pre-council session recorded in the same manner. I don't think there would be any increase in cost there. I believe you have audio in there already. I'm not sure how it's done here to capture the audio. But in addition to the audio, I would like to see the slides that are presented during the meeting also be presented, captured, and consolidated so that somebody could listen to the audio and go through the slides that are presented. That's essentially what I do with my video camera back here. Is most of the time I'm concentrating on the presentation up there and catching the audio. And I don't think that would be very costly. I just happened to pick up the Northeast Times Special Edition out here, and under the Bedford column, Mayor Jim Griffin, he reminds people of the meetings on the second and fourth Tuesday. But then he says, additionally, residents may view live council meetings online at the Euless or at the Bedford website. And I think that's very handy. They even archive them over there, so that residents that hear about something that may have gone on in a city council meeting can now go back to the archives and see what's going on. I basically feel if you're proud of what you're doing in the pre-council meetings, you've got to make it more available to the citizens of the city. And that's, I know, that was my platform during the last election. And it might be my platform during the next election, who knows? Anyway, thank you for your time. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Mr. Easton. Do we have anyone else that would like to come forward and make a public comment? If not, do we have a report from our city attorney? My city manager?
No, ma'am.
And any of our city council people? If not, then the meeting is adjourned.